Hello and welcome to this video. This is another video of our backend series using Node.js, Expressjs and mongoDB. In this video, we will be creating our first virtual server using Node.js. In the last lecture, we have discussed about how to print anything on the console or terminal. So if you remember, we used the console.log method to print the hello world on console. In this video, we will be creating a server so that we can print hello world on the browser screen. So let's get started. For that, remove this line console.log. This is only to print the on the terminal. Now we have to print on the browser console, so we have to create a server. For that, remove this line and write const http equals to require, and in single quote write http. Now what is this http? So http is a module. Now what is module? Module is anything like a library which has many functions in it. We can import this module and we can use the functions defined in this module in our programs. So http is a module which is used to create a virtual server. So we imported this http module and now we can use its functions to create our basic virtual server. So for creating the server, write http dot create server. This is the method which is used to create a virtual server using http module in Node.js. So let's assign this to a variable called server. Server is equals to http dot create server. Now we passed one function to this method. So that function takes two arguments, request and response. This is request object and this is response object. Now request object is used when we want any data from client. When the client submits the data, we use a request to get that data, and in the response means we are providing response to the client, means server is providing response to the client. So for outputting on the browser screen, we have to use one method, response dot end. This is the method which is used to write the hello world or anything on the browser screen. So we use this method res.end and we have to pass a string containing the message we want to write on the screen. So here we are writing hello world. So res.end is used to write the anything on browser screen. So now we have to listen to this server. So now we have to listen to this server at any port, because we cannot run the Node.js application directly in our local system or local server. We have to listen to any of the port. So let's listen to any port. For that, there is a method called listen. Server dot listen, pass the port. I'm passing 5000, and it is optional, but we can provide one functions which will be executing after listening or after starting the server. So let's console.log here that server is running at port 5000. So that's it. Now let's start our server. So for starting the server, we use the command called node and then server.js. So our server is running at port 5000. This function is executed as soon as our server is started. Now we can go to the local host at 5000 port. So as you can see, hello world is printed on the browser screen. Let's change this string hello world, change. Now this will not reflect it until you have to this, so this will not reflected. You have to run the server again. You have to run the server again. So for this, let's close the server and run the server again. Server.js. So as you can see, it is updated. So this was all about how to create a basic server using Node.js. There are 3 steps. We have to require the model, means import the model. This is the same statement. This statement is used to import any module so that we can use the function defined in that module in our program. You can think of it as include statements in C or C++, or if you are from Java or Python background, then you can think it as import statement. We can use any functions defined in this module using this. So then we created a server using create server method. We passed a function to it. The function accepts two arguments, request and response. The request is only used when we want to get some data from the client, and response is the object where we use when we want to. Response is the object we use when we want to send any data or response to the client. So here we use rest.end to send this string, so that this string will be printed on the browser screen, where we then listen at the port 5000. We pass this function. This is optional, but we pass this as soon as the server is started. This function starts running, and it printed server is running at port 5000. Then we can go to localhost colon 5000. So we see this hello world printed on the screen. So that's it for this lecture. Thanks for watching this lecture. If you want to see more lectures about Node.js and other technologies, so please subscribe this channel. Thank you for watching. I will see you in the next video.